Hello, my name is Nancy Frazier. I'm an independent demonstrator for Stampin' Up. You can find me at the Stampin' Up demonstrator website by going to the Dog's Bollocks, which is actually my name of my website. But we're going to show you how to make this super cute Christmas card. It's really easy, it's simple, but it looks really nice, and the best part is you can use up all those scraps that we all have too much of. So let me show you how it's made. Alright, to begin with your card, you're going to want to get a piece of cherry cobbler. That's going to be 5.5 by 8.5, scored at the 4 1/4, so you end up with a lovely card base. You're going to need 2 pieces of 4 by 5 1/4 very vanilla, and this is going to be the Starburst pattern goes on one piece, and this is going to be the interior of your card, and you'll see how those work in just a minute. And you're also going to need a 3-inch circle. Now here's the trick with your 3-inch circle. To get the cute little Starburst pattern, you're going to have to trim it down. So you're going to end up with a piece that looks like this. But I found that the easiest way to do that is put it over a piece of cardstock until it meets in the corner, and then flip it over and adjust kind of it until it's even, and then trim this off, and you end up with this piece. Now this is a piece you're going to stamp on, and we'll show you how we're going to do that in a minute. And the last thing you're going to need is 4 pieces of designer series paper of your choice. This is 4 from This Christmas. Pick any 4 that suit you. They're 1.5 by 6, and they're kind of like more pattern on one side, more solid on the other. And when you go to laying out your pieces, you'll understand why that's important, but we'll get to that in a second. Let's start by having you stamp, because it's going to be the part that takes longest to dry, your Feliz Navidad or Feliz Navidad. And what you're going to do is stamp him, put his little hat on him, put the sentiment. Now, I did that in cherry cobbler and the little bodies in basic gray, and I used my aqua painter. But then, I don't know if you can see the dazzling details on the little guy, because he's really shiny and pretty. But that you're going to have to let dry, so you can do the rest of your items while that's drying. You're going to go back to each one of these that are 1.5 by 6, and then you're going to cut them on the diagonal. And by cutting them on the diagonal from corner to corner and flipping every other one over, you end up with this lovely set of already kind of done Starburst pieces. Now, go ahead and get one of your pieces of cardstock, the very vanilla 4 by 5 1/4, and just start laying them out however pleases you. Now, when you go to sticking them down, I always recommend laying them down first and seeing what looks pretty before you start cutting or trimming or pasting anything. But once you find something and it's like, oh, I really like that, I want to have that, or whatever, I run mine through my Xyron machine and stick it down. It makes life a lot easier. Now, as long as the colors all meet, if this corner isn't perfect, it's going to get covered up, so it doesn't matter. But when you're done, obviously, and they're stuck down, you're going to trim off those extra little edges. And you're going to end up with a piece that looks like this. Now, that's a pretty basic piece. Again, it doesn't meet in the corner. But you're going to go ahead and go back to your card base, and you're going to go ahead and stick your card interior inside using whatever adhesive you like. Then you're going to go ahead and put your Starburst pattern piece on top of that, and you're going to stick that down again using whatever you like. But then I like to put pop dots on my little guy here, my little sheep, and then go ahead and stick him down. And voila, you have a lovely Starburst pattern.